Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Here to chat about what's new, what's happening. Thinking way too much. I have way too many things that I'm trying to get started and get going, and not enough time to do everything. So, come join me. Let's talk some crochet, some other projects, a few other things I want to get done soon. Thank you for joining me here. Always glad to see you here. Welcome back. So it's been a few days since I've been around, been a little busy. I've got a 2-year-old teething her back molar, so she's been super duper cranky, and it hasn't been the easiest to find time to make a video. So sorry about that. I'm trying to figure out my best schedule for making videos because I have to do them when it's quiet and nobody's around, and I can't always stay up super late waiting for everyone to go to sleep. So sometimes I'll be there. Most of the time I'll be there. It'll get better when school's back in, because hopefully I can just tire them out all day. Anyways, I was going to fix that, but I dropped the little piece I needed to put back on, so we're just going to set this aside before I forget that it's there. Alright, I guess we can do some show and tell today. My mom picked me up something really cool to go with my original Cabbage Patch Kid. She's an original from the craze, the year they had the craze. My aunt worked at a place and she put one aside. And this is one of her outfits that was made for me when I was like 8 or 9. Cute little jogging set. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to fix this. The elastic's completely gone, so that's going to have to be fixed. We've had to put her head back on. My mom had to sew her head back on. It got torn off by a child I was babysitting. So, quite frankly, she goes into storage more than being out for the kids. They have their own Cabbage Patches, don't get me wrong. Love Cabbage Patch in this house. She's my girl, though. She is my girl. When we did the egg baby thing, I used her instead. So she's been with me for a very long time. Her name is Mary. Not her original name, but her name to me is always going to be my Mary. So, anyways, bringing up Mary because my mom found at a thrift store this adorable pattern for cute little dresses, because my whole wardrobe I had for her that her and my grandmother made, most of it has disappeared on me. Not that I've given it away or anything like that, they're just in moves and stuff like that have totally gone. And this adorable book makes 25 outfits. We've got the preemies there, little bald ones. My baby girls have the ones all dressed up in their little cute animal outfits. Like we have one in a koala, we have a unicorn, and we have a fox, and we have 2 koalas now. Sorry, we found another one at the thrift store, which was pretty sweet. I'll show you just a little example of the high quality cuteness in there. Cabbage Patch Marathon. Looking all adorbs. This is almost the outfit that she's got on now. But I know they got it from an actual pattern like this one here for Butterick, because they used to have quite a few for me. And it says right here, The Legend of the Cabbage Patch Kids. Many years ago, a young boy named Xavier happened upon a enchanted cabbage patch where he found a very special little people who called themselves Cabbage Patch Kids. To help fulfill the Cabbage Patch Kids' dream of having families to whom to share their love, Xavier set out in search of parents to adopt them, a search that will continue as long as there are children looking for love. Just so sweet. And there's a picture in here that I was like, oh yeah. Okay, this is seriously the outfit she's wearing. That right there is the exact same outfit she's wearing, almost the same colors even. But yeah, that's cute. Ready to romp. And all the pattern stuff is still there, which is really, really good. Sewing, sewing, sewing. And I know there was another picture that had something that caught my eye. Okay, all right, I gotcha. Yeah. This one here appears to be a doll that somebody else made. She does, if you look at her hands and her eyes and stuff, she is not quite like the rest of them. Quite a bit different. So I wonder, I haven't really looked through it too closely. I just looked at the glossy pictures going, ooh, so exciting. So that's going on the list of stuff just for me. This isn't for the kids. There are, as they like to tell me, their babies don't need clothes. Not those ones anyways. The other babies need clothes. So I'm just going to pop you guys down in the shelf down here with the unfinished diamond arts. There we go. Anyway, so that's exciting for me. I'm really excited about that because my mom knew I wanted to find some new outfits because we pulled her out and we were going to clean her up and stuff, and I realized she has lost all her cute outfits. I had cute yellow ones. I really hope thinking about maybe they might be in this one box that I kept some keepsakes in that I didn't want out, so the kids didn't get into them. I don't know. Anyway, so I was saying on my last one that this panel, gorgeous out of my dress, is where I want it to be for now, as far as I know. And this is what I've gotten done on my other one. Just a simple granny square. We're starting to get into the lighter grays now because we're done with the just pure charcoal. And I just want to keep it a record for mostly me, actually, how this poor, beautiful, beautiful yarn is getting smaller and smaller. My last video was a frogging video. And these are my two black eyelash, which I have an idea of something I might want to do with them. And this dollar store fun pink, which I might be using right away. Okay, now moving on to some really fun pieces. Okay, don't fall out, don't fall out. Oh, I'm so clumsy tonight. So, these are my daisy granny squares. Could you please just focus? Don't focus on me. And there's one. This is the rest of them. This one right here is my tester, so I'm not going to worry about putting in all my ends, which I just finished this afternoon in between 1,000 other things. For some reason I had this weird idea to make homemade French fries in the air fryer today, so that just was just a whole ordeal, so that cost me a little bit of time on my granny squares. I mean, come on, eating food, really? Who does that? Who does that? Anyway, so that is done. I am still deciding on exactly what colors to do for my next one because I'm going to start piecing this together in between, and I'm going to start on the tulip one because that's a whole new type of granny square to learn. It looks intimidating, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be able to just fine. I do have the PDF on my phone, and I will be starting that probably in the next 2 days. I have to piece these ones together and make the bigger one, which I already know what I'm going to do, and that'll take me about maybe 15-20 minutes to do, so I'm not too worried about that. And then I gotta line it. I am debating about, I totally forgot I had these guys here, attaching that to one of the screws. Straps, screws. Sorry, I was fixing a cabinet today. tools on my mind. I'm all over the place. Okay. So maybe I might attach this to one of the straps to hold on to like keys and stuff, so you have something to clip your keys to. I am not sure yet. I do have this one. It's probably going to end up being this one. I think this one's going to be my best bet. And I do have ones like this. So I may decide to add something like that just to give it a little more of a functionality, because I know when I'm carrying my keys, and I keep mine on a huge lanyard and I have tons and tons and tons of keys on it, I sometimes can't find my keys when I want them. It's kind of an inconvenience. So I'm thinking of that, and maybe the wallet piece being able to connect to the two. So that might be an option. But I'm still deciding on a few things. I seem to be deciding on a lot of things. Oh, there is my ring. I knew it was attached to you. I do have more than one. Been looking for some more, seeing what I can find out there. The yarn rings are pretty inexpensive, and I may already have something that would work. So that's exciting. And I found a few more that were a little bit more pricey, but you can find them for like less than $5 for like a pack of them, and there's like 2 or 3. These ones I got off Temu were like $2.80, and they still have them, and Amazon's got the same ones, like the exact same ones, but they're going for a whole lot more. The choice is yours if you want to try them. I find they're very useful for crocheting. I can't believe how great they are. This hand, which is very weak, and I did something to it, and it constantly gets strains in it, and it's not even crochet pains. It is things like picking up my daughter, or I was lifting weights because I'm trying to buff up here, and slowly improve my flexibility and lifting weights here and there, like 10-15 minutes a day, whatever I can fit in, usually when everyone's sleeping. So I'm a busy lady when everyone's sleeping. Anyway, off topic. I wasn't really going to talk about that, but it's just something for me. And yeah, so that has got me wondering why this wrist is so weak. And I find with the ring, it's really helping me be able to crochet longer with way less strain and pain. So that's really why I keep talking about the ring, because I'm very happy to find that, because I have my compression gloves that I wear nightly, and I absolutely love them. I love my compression gloves. I'm not comfortable without them, and that's wonderful, because sometimes my hands feel really swollen when I put them on, and then by the morning I can still bend my hands, because that's when I crochet. One of my favorite times to crochet is when I'm having my coffee in the morning and everybody's doing their thing and it's quiet time, and I can sit and have my coffee. The kids are snacking, reading books, doing whatever, just having their quiet time, doing their own things, having their food. I can pull out a little crochet and have a quick coffee. Sometimes, like when school starts, it'll be after school rush is over, when I finally get to sit down and have a little Zen time. I take my Zen time very seriously. I'm one of those people that really, really does much better with a little bit of my own time. All right. Anyways, I'm totally off topic. I have another project that I have almost everything I need for it, and I'm dying to try it. I've been dying to try this one since the tutorial came out. It is from Bago de Crochet, and it's called Picasso squares. I'm going to put a picture of the video right there. I will link it. It is gorgeous. She's used one of the ice yarns as her multicolor. What I have to go with is not as colorful, but it is in a way. Just let me dig everything out of this new project bag I just decided to throw together. I was able to finally get this. I've been trying for 3 days to get into my yarn area where I keep these ones. This is going to be my rainbow color. Pretty sure this is Red Heart Super Saver. It feels like Red Heart. It really needs a good washing after I'm done this. And more Red Heart. Now this is for my middle daughter. These are the colors that she loves. She absolutely loves the colorway of this. It's got the pinks, the purple, and the blue gives it such a good contrast. And she's not normally a blue girl. Now, I'm thinking a little sweater. Just a little something, like maybe a cardigan. Something she can just do a tool of buttons up in case she gets a bit chilly. I don't think I have enough beige because I've been using it for the granny squares I've just finished. So lucky for me, I have a lot of beige. So that's very exciting. But I am considering using the beige with the tulips and possibly black. Beige and black is my outline to square it off. I'm really leaning towards that. I can see it in my head, but I do have, sorry, these are off-white. I have actual beige, like the walls in my house. So I do have the brownish beige. I kind of wanted to save that one for a really long sweater for me, and I don't think I'm going to end up doing that. So I'm probably just going to end up using that because I don't think that 800 meters, just over 800 meters, is going to be enough to do a duster for myself. I'm probably going to have to put that on hold and maybe wait till I get a few other colors or grab another, or just go out and find myself two of the big ones like this in a color that I really like. I really like that brownish beige. That's a really nice color, and I wear a lot of colors that go with it, but I might even want gray because I wear a lot of gray and I like gray. It's so far down the road that I am willing to give it up if I have to. So I'm going to decide between the cream or the beige, depending on how the yellow works, because Grandma's favorite color is, or for her favorite flower is yellow. So that's going to be a big deciding factor. So not only do I have that multicolor, I also have this and this that I could incorporate to maybe do a couple, maybe pockets. I don't know. I'm just in the very beginning stages of setting this aside, which has cleaned out my whole top shelf for the most part. Almost all my big ones, really big ones, besides my Hobie ones, which are behind here. My mega balls are down here because I use them so much. I love the big balls of yarn. I love them, and I like using them, but at the same time, I miss them when they're gone, so I want to replace them as soon as possible. Now, the other one is my girls want me to make them each. This is going to sound so funny. They want flower granny squares like this, attached to each other, in their favorite colors, because they want to use them as blankets for dollies, and they want them like yesterday. So the purple and pink I just showed are perfect for it, probably with this pink or another pink I have in there. The youngest, she's my fall color girl, so I have pulled out this red. I have 3 different oranges because she likes oranges, and I am thinking maybe a yellow or brown, something to really pull out the contrast, but a green might work too, like my sage green. I may pull that one out as the background and just do the flower yellow and orange. That sounds pretty nice, actually. Let me see that green here. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's red heart as well. I've picked up quite a bit of red heart, and I am willing to use it whenever I possibly can. So these are a couple of my projects I am getting started and running with. I have to really get in gear here. I've got a couple weeks left before birthdays and whatnot are coming up on the 20th, so I really got to hustle. Like, not crazy hustle, but enough that I have a good steady rhythm of how fast I get through. I mean, with this one down, that's only one more I have to do. I did see this one reel on Facebook that I've saved that I thought was really cool. Somebody took it looks like a bag, like it's 2 granny squares, and then the inside is a mesh bag, and you fold it out like kind of like the jackets back in the day, the windbreakers. And I'm kind of like intrigued by that. I like that idea because when you're not using it, it's just a little, it's just like just a little bit bigger than that. Like, it's not bad. You could slip it in a purse and you have it with you. Because here, if you don't bring your own bag, you have to buy a bag. That's why I have so many project bags, because they're all bags that have been bought at the grocery store and whatnot when people are shopping. So I've got a huge amount of them, and sometimes they get forgotten at home. So I keep getting more and more and more. And it would be nice to have something just that's a bit smaller to slip into your purse or whatever. So then in case you do suddenly shop and you weren't expecting it, you have them with you, because of course you just might. You never know. Or you go to the farmer's market and have some nice produce. I like the mesh bags for the crochet mesh bags, I mean, for produce especially. So like you got your tomatoes and you got some berries and whatnot, and you put them in there and you carry them home and they're fine. It is kind of we're getting used to not having plastic bags. Like, these come from the dollar store, not the dollar store, the thrift store, and all sorts of places still have these clear ones, but the shopping bags are just, we don't have them. And ours disintegrate, so I wasn't even using them for anything like that. I only use them as garbage bags, because I already know they're going to disintegrate out there where they take most of the waste at our garbage dump, and they turn it into really good fertilizer. So I'm just a little thrown off why this region would really push for that when they're already biodegradable. Believe me, I found out the hard way. I had a project that was being held in a plastic bag, and I had left it in the closet for a very long time. And I went into the closet and I went to move it, and the bag just disintegrated, and all the pieces are static electric to the piece I was making. So that has been a fun one for me to try to clean off. I just look at it and shake my head and walk away, because I just don't want to deal with that headache. I will at some point. I will, and then maybe I'll finally finish it for my friend that I was making it for. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I love you. Anyway, so that's what I'm working on right now, and yeah, there might be a few just stitch with me's and a couple updates, but I'm going to be quite busy working on these awesome patterns that I've chosen, and I can't wait to get them done. And of course, I keep working on this dress because I am so in love with that yarn, and it is just a nice break with my trusty 3.5, which seems to be my favorite size. But this 4 has been working really well with this red heart, but I might move up to a 5. I kind of think I'll probably stick with the 4. I really like how it's coming out in the tightness. And of course, I'm rocking my little darning needle. Gotta keep that guy out and available. And all my stitch markers. You stay in your right spot there, buddy. Color coded. I did it for my youngest daughter. She likes to count them. So, and yes, she's 2 and she does count them. It's a fun time. She loves to count stitches with me. Anyways, so the bag should be worked on fairly soon. Oh, and the other one I'm working on, I gotta find a backing. This one's the one I made for my son with corner to corner, one of my first crafts, not knowing how big it was going to end up. Oh, it's rolling the wrong way. And this is from the cartoon of Gravity Falls, and it is one of his favorites. It is Schmeglove. I can't say his name right. But he is throwing up rainbows because he feels sick. It's just so ridiculous, but we've just talked it over. We've come back and forth. We were going to do a pillow, and him and I talked about it the other day, and it has come to the conclusion that we want it as a wall hanging that he can wash, because It's so big, he just wants to be able to look at it. He loves that character. He went and got himself a little pin to put on his backpack of the character. He loves it so, so very much. And we've both been looking at little little statues of him just to have that in his life. So it is a character that my son really enjoys. So we're going to weave in my ends better, and I'm going to line the back of it with a black fleece blanket that was too small for anything. It was a weird blanket. And so I'm going to put that on the back of it, and then it's washable, and possibly put some tabs on it. Some little tabs so it can be hung up easier or used on his window as a set of drapes, just because it'll darken it for him. I mean, he's a teenage boy and they like to sleep all day, so why not? At least it'll be fun. Anyways, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and hopefully you've got some fun projects on your mind too. Let me know. Thanks for joining me here. Have a great day.